Rudyard Kipling's life was plagued by a series of unfortunate incidents. His parents were living in India when he was born, but he was assaulted and harassed by his guardians in England when he was just 5 years old.
People with sleep apnea, as well as night shift workers, are the second and third groups who are most sensitive to this disease. Sleep apnea affects 1 in 3 men and 1 in 6 women. Despite this, 85% of patients remain undiagnosed and mistreated. And it increases the probability of a crash by more than twice.
The shorter days are a signal to trees that it's time to get ready for winter. Trees begin to shut down their food production systems and lower the quantity of chlorophyll in their leaves when days get shorter in fall, since there isn't enough light in winter for photosynthesis to take place.
A recent study shows that when a tiny number of brain cells are damaged or diseased, a chain reaction occurs, halting neural activity throughout a huge network of neural circuits. People who have had a catastrophic brain injury or sickness may suffer from a transient but significant loss of cognitive function as a result of the research. This cafe's decor is warm and inviting. Several little wooden tables with no tablecloths, wooden chairs, and wonderful soft sofas can be found inside the cafe. A huge mirror is located near the entrance, giving guests the opportunity to examine themselves. Wooden cases with few portraits and photos line the walls.
Philosopher and mathematician Pierre de Montfort is often credited with the 17th-century view that animals were only machines that could not feel pain or pleasure. Descartes, even if he could illustrate his thesis by torturing dogs and rabbits, saw animal sentiments as meaningless. It wasn't just the 52 soil samples from around the world that were compared to those bacteria, though. Some of the park's creatures may also be found in deserts, cold tundras and woods as well as in rainforests and plains. Only in Antarctica did researchers discover microorganisms that were distinct from those found in New York's Central Park. Most of the microorganisms detected in the park were not already documented in any databases.
Road accidents now account for nearly 1/5 of all deaths in the United States. This pattern implies that many individuals are dying as a result of negligent and irresponsible driving. To stay alive on the road, you must observe lane, traffic, and safety standards.
Capitalism is commonly thought of as an economic system in which private actors own and control property according to their own interests, and demand and supply freely set market prices in ways that benefit society. The desire to make a profit is a fundamental element of capitalism.
Women's empowerment refers to giving women the power to make decisions for themselves. Women have endured a great deal at the hands of males over the years. They were handled as if they didn't exist in previous ages. As though all rights, including the ability to vote, belonged to men. Women became more aware of their power as time passed. The revolution for women's empowerment began there. An access route for women into a male-dominated business is being threatened by technological advancements that eliminate the need for bank tellers. Even while the road ahead is still long, certain financial institutions have made progress in achieving a more equal representation of men and women at the executive level. Because of the shrinking number of teller positions, banks may be tempted to boost the educational requirements for these positions.
The elephant is the biggest terrestrial animal on the planet today. Wikipedia. For two primary reasons, the skeleton of this animal differs significantly from that of other mammals. Massive tusk teeth and grinding cheek teeth make the head exceptionally heavy, and this must be taken into consideration. It must also bear the immense weight of such a gigantic frame.
Research in neuroscience using optogenetics, a technique involving the use of light to manipulate the activity of genetically created, light-sensitive nerve cells, is helping scientists better understand the workings of neuronal networks in living creatures. A wirelessly rechargeable implantable optogenetic light-emitting device has been created by a team led by researchers from Korea Advanced Institute of Science and Technology.
Almost all of Antarctica is covered by ice that is at least 2,000 meters thick. Seals, whales, and penguins may all be found in the vicinity. 1959's Antarctic Treaty, which has been in effect ever since. The Antarctic Treaty of 1961 established international control over Antarctica. In addition to helping you focus and stay energized, coffee is a beloved beverage across the world. A lot of folks start their day off correctly by drinking a cup of coffee every morning. As a bonus, coffee has been connected to a slew of possible health advantages, making it even more compelling to make.
A rapidly expanding middle class in the second quarter of the 19th century led to a huge demand for furniture creation. A few activities like as carving the ornamentation were done by machines at this point, but mass manufacturing was not yet possible. Many woodworkers were able to meet the increased demand. Later, mass production led to a decrease in the quality of home furnishings. The Soviet Republic was renamed the Republic of Kazakhstan on December 10, 1991, which declared its independence 6 days later, on December 16, 1991. The Soviet Union was disbanded on December 26, 1991 by the Soviet of Nationalities. The Republic of Kazakhstan, the legal successor to the Kazakh SSR, was admitted to the United Nations on March 2, 1992.
We should expect to see a lot of progress and miracles in our lives as the area of artificial intelligence continues to grow. Possibilities abound for radical shifts in current work practices. Perhaps we're witnessing the beginning of a new era in American labor history.
It is assumed that government has a constructive role to play in the improvement of people's lives, although this job could be performed significantly more successfully than it is presently. The Better Government Plan differs from the other two in that it reallocates expenditure in ways intended to increase government performance rather than altering the size of government.
A healthy diet is recommended for people of all ages by the American Cancer Society. The start of a new school year is a great opportunity to introduce your child to some new, healthier foods. Even if you're preparing lunch at home, you can be confident that your children are eating nutritious cuisine that they enjoy.